More drama unfolded this week between Ron DeSantis and Disney World. Obviously, we all know, I talked about it earlier in the week, DeSantis actually threatened to build a prison next to Disney, just maybe out of spite. But then we found out 2 days later, after he made those claims and thought, I got you, Disney, DeSantis was contacted by the people that he picked to oversee the district that he stripped Disney of having the power over. And they told him, look, Gov, we got a problem because we just noticed another one of those 11th hour addendums that Disney and their lawyers and the former board passed. And it says that they, Disney Corporation, get to set their own utility rates until at least the year 2032. By which time, of course, you will be term limited and way out of power. We will be term limited and out of power. Like, we can't do anything to screw them with their utility rates, which is something they had discussed, by the way. Like, basically, they called him and said, Disney got the best of us again, by God. We screwed it. They got us. We're even in a worse position than we thought. Now, that's just one story. Because before that even happened, 3 separate stories emerged. One from Vox, one from Fox News, one from Raw Story, of course, all talking about different groups of Republicans who are now growing sick and tired of Ron DeSantis because of his obsession with Disney. Fox News' Larry Kudlow, former advisor to Donald Trump, said on Fox News this week, Governor DeSantis is close to making a fool of himself with his Disney obsession. This has now been going on for months and months and months, and I would argue that it is unseemly. A governor should not come crashing down on, if not the biggest, then one of the biggest businesses. Stop already! He's not running against Walt Disney for president. That wasn't, by the way, just Larry Kudlow saying that in an interview. That was Larry Kudlow saying that on the air on Fox News. Then, of course, you have this. One Republican state legislator in the state of Florida says, quote, we're not the party of cancel culture. We can't keep doing this tit for tat. A former Republican state senator who is still in contact with his friends that are still in office said, quote, people are deeply frustrated. They're not spending any time on the right problems. Most legislators believe that the balance of power has shifted too far, and the legislature needs to reestablish itself as a co-equal branch of government. So even though we have the state legislature that is doing everything Ron DeSantis wants them to do, what this article says is that he's not doing what the state legislators want him to do. Like, they've got pending legislation. Like, not just Republicans, Democrats too, is, their legislation is not harmful like the Republicans. But these Republicans are also saying, listen, dude, I got to do something for my district here. I got to do something to make a name for myself. And I can't do that because the only thing you want to do is travel around the country doing your goddarn Bush book signing. Or you come home, you bitch about Disney, and you don't sign our friggin' bills. Now, to be honest, that's probably a good thing. We don't want any of these Republican bills to pass. They are absolutely horrible. We have some of the worst state lawmakers here in the state of Florida. I'd argue that the one representing me might be the dumbest and, possibly the craziest of all. But they're mad. The tide is turning against Ron DeSantis. It's turning against him nationally, and now it's turning against him in his own state by his own party. His obsession will be his undoing. Things are bad for Ron DeSantis right now, undeniably. And if he keeps going down this path, they're going to get a hell of a lot worse. And I sincerely hope that they do. He deserves it. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.